Hello, ladies, fish, and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mr. Foster Show. I'm Mr. Foster, your host. Hope you're all having a blessed day. Today, I'd like to speak to you about Greece through the Second Temple destruction. All right, as always, we start every show with where I got all this crap from. All right, Holy Bible, there is no might or power unless it comes from Almighty God. Okay, we are going to be needing the Book of Jasher today. You are going to need your Apocrypha, specifically Maccabees. Anything, just, that one has extra Maccabees, okay. You're going to need your Greek myth, okay. Let's do some plays, Sophocles, learn about Oedipus and all that stuff. However you say this guy's name, Euripides, Maimonides. All right, let's go with Homer there. Now, when I did my how to read history books, I realized I didn't have that one. So short up my collection a bit. Okay, let's get the Odyssey. Let's go Xenophon. All right, you're going to need some Herodotus, Tomatus. Alexander. Okay, I'm just going to show you one of those. You don't need to see all 50 of those today. And you're going to need your Josephus. Specifically, I want you to study the book Against Apian. All right. Now bear with me for 1 second as I throw all these back. Insert intermission music. You're going to need a shit ton of books today, folks. All right, almost there. Okay. All right. Holy Bible, you need to read it every day. Holy Bible will tell you that after Sarai died, Abraham married Keturah and then had several other children and then sent them to various parts of the world to, go be themselves. It's kind of, remember the Lot story. Hey, we're too big for each other. You go to the left or I'll go to the right. We can't be together. We're too many, right? Same kind of thing. You're not going to be involved in the inheritance of Isaac. And we don't need you here with your flocks and boom, boom, boom. We're trying to put the seed of light around the world. Okay, that's why they call it the seed of Abraham. He's planting seeds everywhere. The Lord Abraham didn't. The Lord planted the seed everywhere through Abraham. Okay. We know through Greek books and your Holy Bible and many other books, the 10 tribes, the Jewish diaspora, and then the later diaspora. Well, people don't really pay attention to the Abraham one, right? Un moment, s'il te plaît. John D. This, if you can read that, he kind of gives his interpretation of where the tribes went. Okay, I don't really find that too accurate because there's big evidence the tribe of Dan, possibly the Vikings, or possibly, marauding Phoenician type guys. That says they went to Russia. Okay, two things can be true. Half of them this way, half of them, I don't know. Okay, just throwing that out there. Okay, then when we get to the book of Jasher, which is a way more highly detailed story of Abraham and what he was doing, that gives you where everybody went also. If you want to follow where Ham, Japheth, and Shem went, and then all the way up to King Latinus there. Okay. Now, Greece. We know that Abraham sent his other children everywhere else. I think I read somewhere there was a statue in Sparta that says Abraham's seed were the Spartans, settled Sparta. Gosh darn it, I've never been able to find that reference again. But when we're dealing with the Greeks there, the alphabet is similar to the Hebrew alphabet, just a little bit weirder, right? Obviously, as humans go down, we regress and we forget what the original things were. Just go tell your neighbor, hey, I saw Betty at Wiener Schnitzel yesterday. By the time that gets to 7 other neighbors, Betty was on the moon screwing a monkey. We're fucking idiots, okay? Now we're looking at the settlement of the land of Hala, Aladia, Allah. That's okay. We know it as Greece, grace, the Roman word. But if you ever wanted to know why they called it the Hellenic world or the Hellenic conquering, well, that's why, because Greece is called Allah, Ella, E-L-L-A. We know different spellings, different strokes for different spokes. Folks, not spokes. All right. So when you get involved in your Apocrypha, you're going to see that the seed of Abraham is the Greeks. The seed of Abraham is everybody else, exception of the Egyptians. The Egyptians were still dealing with possibly Anunnaki or Anunnaki descended demigods. So that's why Egypt is always a little weirder than everywhere else. So we know now that Abraham's seed, Keturah, sons and daughters, and I've even seen in other Hebrew Bibles, when Hebrews actually read it, they say Abraham had many concubines besides Hagar. And I was like, oh, that's kind of out of the Bible. And I believe that is why a lot of the Arabs consider Abraham a liar. I could be wrong on that. I love my Arab brothers too. You got to love the house of Ishmael just as much as you love the house of Isaac, right? It's the same story. All right. So we know, without a doubt, that Greeks were Abraham's seed. Obviously, there was probably people still there. Let me get my notes. Try not to be as scatterbrained as I was last time. And now you're going to see that this was already a highly developed world. Cities everywhere. We were never living in fucking caves and tents and dirt farmers. Okay? Wipe that from your mind. Possibly pre-flood, this entire world, all the cities, stone city, where everything was built up, highly connected. Okay? We were never cavemen or just nomadic dipshits. Okay? That's a lie, I believe. Maybe not a lie, but not the real truth. So now we have Abraham's seed settling everywhere. Or is this another repopulation, reset kind of thing? Okay? You're sending in your own people to handle whatever's there. Then a couple hundred years later, you send them back to take back over. Right? What I mean by that is look at like World War I, World War II, when you had Germans, Italians en masse migrating to America. A few years later, where do they go? Back to Europe to kill Germans and Italians. Why? Okay, so this is the same thing. With any kind of population removement, they're going to they're just training you somewhere else to bring you back to go take over again, right? Look what's going on in America with our border right now. They're bringing in the new population. It's not a mystery to those of us who have seen this a billion times. Your politicians, your talking heads on TV are going to be like, no, you're racist, you're a homophobe, you're Islamophobe, you're a xenophobe, you don't like people, you don't like brown people, you don't like people. We know what you're doing. Okay, fuck you. It's just our turn. I ain't mad. I'm just pointing it out. All right, so now let's get to why the Greek stories and the Hebrew stories are kind of different. Okay. We all know the Hebrew legends. There's no need to go into that. Let's talk about our Greek myths. I can never, ever show this one the right way. I'm always flipping it upside down. Okay. Now, a lot of these Greek things, Greek myths, were based on pottery pictures. That's how it's deciphered. So that's why a lot of it's kind of goofy. Okay, what did Heracles really do? Who are the Heraclid? Is Hercules a guy, or is that what the Heraclid was doing? We're talking about 12 different dudes. There's Apollyon, Apollo, Dionysus, all these weird things. All of a sudden, boom. And this all ties in back to the Anunnaki nuke war, where they You can see right at 2000 BC, mankind goes off the fucking rails and then just splits into 80 fucking. All right. Greek myth is going to tell you all that. What the fuck was Jason doing in Crimea? Why are they still fighting over Crimea? We don't know. That story is kind of not translated very well. Okay, oh, we went to find a golden fleece. Well, you check into that. Yeah, fleece was used to mine gold out of water, But a golden fleece? There's something else to that story, right? What kind of piece of technology were they really going after? And you see why they're still fighting over the Crimea today. Just like they're fighting over Syria and the Holy Land and all these places that seemingly for no reason. Why are you fighting over that? It's a rock. All right. Let's see here. So we know from these legends that Greece was already a developed world before even Abraham's seed got there. They had ruins already. They had legends already. Abraham's seed was obviously just going there to take over and be the new population, in my opinion. Okay, then we start to see the stories come out a little bit later of individual stories of what people were doing. It's, take that with a grain of salt how you will if you want to believe fact. I believe, like with everything back then, they are telling you a fact. You just have to know how to decipher it. So the thing with evil has to be invited in. They're telling you what they're doing. If you're falling for it, that's your bad. Okay, look at the names of some of these companies, and you're falling for it. Okay? We all are. We're all stupid. Black Rock, Black Cube, Black Cube is Saturn, Black Rock, Cult of the Black Cube, Yalda. They're buying up everything. He will earn nothing. We would own it all, and you would be so happy to give us to us. We would control your food, your air, your feelings. Oh, it's going to be so great when we get our way. Fuck you, fucking cocksuckers. All right. All right, so let's bring Greece back up to the Trojan War and what happened afterwards. Roughly around the same time of the Canaan invasion, right? What was that, about 1400 BC is when Moses started to do his thing? Okay, I could be off by 100 years or so. And also, don't fall for the crap that the Hebrews were in Egypt for 400 years. It was actually about 280, right? So your Trojan War history is going on right around the time of, I guess, maybe David or King Saul. Could be, it's roughly. So once again, I'm trying to illustrate that this is already a highly developed world. If they're already fighting a Trojan War in this giant walled city with many nations fighting, but over here, Israel is just now starting to develop Canaan and get their stuff straightened out. Extrapolate that. If these two areas are going good, all areas are going good. Okay, it's not just these two little areas. Okay, and Rome is also starting to maybe fall apart a bit with the Etruscans. Because why were they replaced? Okay, why did an invading army have to go there and replace them? We don't know. You're getting Xenophon, the Persian expedition, another illustration of what a developed world this was. Okay, get your Herodotus. Okay, that's going to tell you all the reasons for the wars and population moves, and then use your own brain to draw from other sources to put that together. Now what you're going to find out is places like North America were already built. Okay, I had a cookie route for a year up in the Portland area. I'd go to places up and down the coast, Astoria, up and down the Columbia Gorge. A lot of Russian, Chinese things there. Why? I thought the cowboys settled all that land. It was highly Russian, highly Chinese. If you're ever rolling around Idaho, Montana, you find a lot of these mining things where you find a plaque or something. Hey, this is where the Chinese mines were massacred. Why were Italians out here in the 1830s and 40s, 50s massacring Chinese miners? Well, because this was China, Tartaria. Russia and China owned America, okay? You can look around. Okay, and that leads us into the Alexander, where, which again, everywhere he went was already highly developed, already fully there, okay? He built cities, he built walls, maybe, sure. Okay, I know people who have been to Afghanistan, Bactria, Sogdiana, and all these places, and then I've actually seen the forts and everything that he built. The architecture, I think, is a little older than Alexander. Okay, I think this might have been one of those white boy dudes just slapping his name on it. Okay, there we go. We've done the Diaspora, done the Greek legends, and we don't really need to go into all that. You guys need to read it yourself. I'm just showing you where I'm getting this information, and I'm certainly not one of those people that's going to start doing 2-hour shows about each little book. There's plenty of people that already kicked my ass on that. They're smarter than me. My IQ is about the same as my shoe size. See, I can't even speak. Shoe size. All right, Russia in America, China in America, melted cities that you can clearly see. Something just wiped out the entire Western U.S. All right. Let's get up to Josephus, Alexander, and the Hellenic invasion of the Holy Land, and all the stuff that went on there. You're going to find out in here. A lot of people find this book full of misogyny because Josephus tends to blame Herod's female relatives for all the controversy and intrigue. Ladies, it's like we talked about in our Abraham patriarchy video. You did something. What'd you do? Okay. How come when we get to Greece here, you're fucking property? You're shit. You're a third-class citizen. We don't even want to fuck you anymore. We fuck little boys now. What the hell happened? Why the faggery? Abraham's seed is supposed to be the seed of light, and then the Greeks just start butt fucking everything in sight? Why? What the hell is going on there? Where's the corruption? Are we getting right back into the magic we talked about last episode? Who knows, right? But anytime some society starts butt fucking little kids and shitting on your women, and you're just fucking up the balance of everything, okay? We need the ladies just as much as they need us. We all have a purpose. We all need to be a team. I just can't figure out why the Greeks suddenly just started treating women like property. Okay, is it like some Mad Max situation, post-apocalyptic world? You know, the big giant dude gets to kill everybody and then just rape the shit out of every chick he sees. If you've got a woman, you better keep that freak off my street. All right, because I'm a hoe. You know, I'm a hoe. What the hell? Okay, you tell me. Dig it out for yourselves, people. Okay, I'm like Eric Von Daniken sometimes. I'm not making statements, I'm asking questions. Okay. Josephus is going to go through all that, and then he's going to bring you up to the destruction of the Second Temple. He's going to tell you all about Greece, all about what's really going on. This is a really good companion piece to the Herodotus and other guys. Escaping me right now. Also, if read the Aeneid by Virgil, which tells the story of Aeneas bouncing out of Troy to settle Rome. And I know I got that book somewhere, but I can't seem to find it. I wonder if I gave it to my sister-in-law. Okay, so Abraham's seed are the Greeks. They are the Latins just as much as Noah's seed is. Okay, maybe we're there to replace them because they were doing something goofy. We don't know. Seems to be a mystery that we can dig into. Okay, we know that this was a pre-flood. This was an entirely developed world, and certainly post-flood it was also. Because by the time you get to the Greek myths, the Greeks and the Hebrew invasion of Canaan, they're destroying cities. They're not destroying farms or tents or jerk-offs in caves. These are walled, technologically advanced cities, okay? So if they were wiping them out, they had technology that we don't understand. Enoch speaks of this sword that the Hebrews are going to get that's going to put them back where they need to be. And I mean, was that what happened a couple of 100 years ago? This massive mud floods and melting? Was that the Hebrews getting the sword? And then they gave it back? They were supposed to give it back. Or is that still happening? Let's find out. Pre-flood legends already there. Atlantis, Lemuria, all these little sunken lands that when the flood raised up all the waters. I mean, just go on Google, go on your phone. You can see Lemuria easily. It's right by Madagascar. It's not in the middle of the Pacific like your Theosophist will have you believe. You can clearly see where it really is. Ask yourself, why the faggery? Anytime your society turns into shitting on your women and butt-fucking little kids, your society's going down. So why was that allowed? And then they want to spread that around the... No, something else is going on there. Russia, China, already here. Maybe that's why Jason was doing something in the Crimea there. Now, this is all pre-diaspora, too. So your Greek myths are going to be before the first 10 tribes being whacked out of there and sent to Russia and land of Azathoth or Erethoth. Esdras 2 in the Apocrypha is going to tell you where the tribes went. And then also we showed you the D book, and I don't think that's accurate. Have I done it all? Land of Allah, Hellenic, we've got you up to horns. Alexander, why does Alexander have horns on his helmet? We feel that only demigods or Anunnaki gods were able to have horns, and the horns on your helmet denoted your rank. You had 5 horns, you were the 50, the 40, the 30, right? They had that, okay. Enki, 50, 5 horns. Enlil, 60, 6 horns, whatever. So if Alexander had horns, was he the last demigod that was actually going to war at the behest of his masters? You don't really see too many horns on people until you get to the Vikings, and now it's corrupted. You know, the stupid things. You know, is that more Loki shit? You know, their weird Loki helmets. Who's Loki? Is Loki Nernerda, Adad? We don't know. I think that's about it today. I hope I wasn't as scatterbrained as my last couple of videos. Let's do a quick review in reverse because I don't want to make a mess of my pile. Josephus, this is going to take you all the way to the Second Temple. Okay, Alexander Histories are going to fill in some things for you. Fun book. Read where weed came from. Xenophon, really good stuff. Once again, highly developed world. Okay, and this is what happens when a bunch of dicks forget that they have to go back the same way they came. You're not going to have as much fun, are you? Okay. Oedipus. Once again, unfair to women, right? Why is Antigone and Oedipus' daughters fucked with by the Furies? It ain't their fault their dad mistakenly fucked his mom. Okay, what the hell? You know, even in today's society, you see this in bad neighborhoods, right? Where people don't know they're fucking their cousin or their sister or their mom because the dad was out tomcatting and whoring around. Doesn't even know where the fuck his own kids are. Okay? How many times? Eric Clapton didn't know that was his mom, thought it was his sister. Terrell Owens, these poor people, that's gotta fuck with you hard. So what the fudge is it with these ancient societies just crapping on their women and using them as just sperm receptacles, fucking fuck dolls? What? I don't know. Let's find out. Apocrypha. Okay. Book of Jasher. Really fun. Going to take you all the way up to Rome. Or excuse me, pre-Rome, King Ladness. Okay, Holy Bible. There is no might or power except for Almighty God. All wisdom comes from the Lord. Okay? All these other books, it's frosting and gravy. Meat and potatoes. Protein. Operating system. Okay? If you don't like this, you are screwing yourself. Thank you for watching. Hope everyone has a blessed day. I hope this was helpful and useful to you. And everybody, thank you again. And have a lovely day. Thank you.